Bigby Wolf stood face to face with SCP-096, the tall, skinny white humanoid. The air crackled with tension as the two beings locked eyes. Bigby's rugged, gruff demeanor contrasted sharply with SCP-96's eerie stillness. "Come at me, you freak show. Show me what you can do." Bigby snarled, his sarcastic humor cutting through the tension like a knife. With a growl, Bigby began his transformation, his body shifting and contorting as he took on his half-wolf form. His partially furry body bristled with power as he lunged at SCP-096, his sharp fangs and claws tearing into the creature's flesh. But SCP-096 was no ordinary foe. It grabbed Bigby's legs and threw him against the wall, the impact shattering the stone upon impact. Wrapping its arms around Bigby's throat, SCP-096 seemed to have the upper hand. But Bigby was not one to go down without a fight. Using his jaws and sharp fangs, he bit and ripped apart SCP-96's thumb, causing the creature to roar in pain. With a snarl, Bigby unleashed his full werewolf form, his entire body covered in fur as he prepared to take down his opponent. Dashing and jumping at SCP-096, Bigby landed a powerful blow, biting into the creature's arm. But SCP-096 fought back, pushing Bigby off and knocking him out cold. As it turned its attention to William Carver from Telltale's Walking Dead game, SCP-096 brutally crushed his head, leaving him lifeless on the ground. Enraged by the sight, Bigby rose to his feet, his purple-eyed wolf form emerging as he unleashed his full power. With glowing eyes and neon-lit trails, he tore into SCP-096, thrashing and tearing at its limbs until they were completely torn apart. Using his forelimbs to pin SCP-096 to the ground, Bigby stared it down with a fierce determination. As SCP-096 swung its arms, knocking out one of Bigby's metallic fangs, the wolf retaliated by crushing the creature's torso with his powerful jaws. Finally, with a final, crushing blow, Bigby shattered SCP-96's severed head between his jaws, bringing an end to the terrifying creature's reign of terror. Exhausted and panting heavily, Bigby returned to his human form, his clothes torn but his spirit unbroken. As he stood amidst the wreckage, Bigby knew that he had faced a formidable opponent and emerged victorious. With a grim smile, he turned and walked away, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Bigby Wolf stood before SCP-096, the tall, skinny white humanoid, ready to face off against the terrifying creature. As he snarled, sniffed, and growled, Bigby used his rugged, gruff humor to taunt the beast. "Come at me, you freak show. Show me what you can do." Bigby bellowed, his voice filled with confidence. With a fierce determination, Bigby transformed into his first form, a half-wolf with partially furry body. His increased strength, sharp fangs, and claws were his weapons as he lunged at SCP-096, gnashing, scratching, and biting with all his might. But SCP-096 was not to be underestimated. It grabbed Bigby's legs and threw him against the wall, shattering it upon impact. Wrapping its arms around Bigby's throat, SCP-096 seemed to have the upper hand. Refusing to back down, Bigby used his jaws and sharp fangs to bite and rip apart SCP-96's thumb. With a roar of pain, SCP-096 pushed Bigby off, but the wolf was not done yet. In a flash, Bigby transformed into his full werewolf form, his entire body covered in fur. With increased strength, fangs, and claws, he dashed and jumped at SCP-096, landing a powerful bite on its arm. As SCP-096 roared in agony, it turned its attention to William Carver from Telltale's Walking Dead game. The survivor struggled to defend himself, but SCP-096 swiftly crushed his head, leaving him lifeless on the ground. Enraged by the sight, Bigby unleashed his final transformation, a giant purple-eyed wolf. With his jaws filled with sharp metallic fangs, he tore apart SCP-96's legs, thrashing until they were completely severed. Using his purple glowing eyes to enhance his speed, strength, and agility, Bigby pinned SCP-096 to the ground with his forelimbs. Staring into its face with aggressive determination, Bigby crushed the creature's torso and shattered its head between his jaws. Exhausted and panting heavily, Bigby returned to his human form, still retaining his clothes. The battle was over, and Bigby stood victorious, a true hero in the face of danger.